You probably know this.
There is a saying that hard skills will get you an interview, but it is the soft skills that will get you the job.
If you want to speak with confidence, the first habit that will help you is the prepared points technique. When you see exceptional communicators, you will see that they often rely on the same stories. These prepared points are important because they will take away all the anxiety you feel in high pressure conversations.
Why do they listen to the same story? Because they're not coming for the katha, they're coming for the kathakar.
In this clutter, how do you become different? What sets you apart is the way you tell the story, and that brings me to the concept of the katha and the kathakar.
Here's how you apply this principle to your life. Take job interviews. Most interviews will start with the question, "Tell me about yourself." Practice and prepare your answer at least 5 times before the interview starts. And if you want a framework for your answer, remember this: familiarity, focus, and fit. Familiarity means researching the company and the role. Focus means highlighting the relevant experiences and skills that you bring to the role. And fit means showing how your skills make you the right fit for the role, given your experiences and the company's mission. But knowing what to say without knowing how to say it can destroy your confidence. This brings us to dynamic speaking. Dynamic speaking means changing the pitch of your voice at the end of a sentence. Lower the pitch of your voice at the end of a sentence when you want to make a statement.
But soft skills are everything that help people do their job or live their life in an effective way.
This will make you sound certain and confident. But raising the pitch of your voice at the end of a sentence can be really useful when you're asking a question.
How do you forgive people?
Asking questions like that conveys curiosity and openness, and that will help you connect with people. Now, these habits can be easy to forget, so I've made a short PDF guide that will help you remember these habits. You can download it by clicking the link in the description. Moving on to exactly what to say in conversation. Guide conversation to personal interests. If you're making small talk with someone, talking about personal interests is the best way to connect with them. Here's how you bring up those interests. Respond to what they said and then transition to your interest.
We need to send out the right story. We need to create the right image. Another subject that interests me a lot is the concept of soft power.
That way, they will feel heard and you get to talk about what you want to talk about. You'll spend a lot of time talking to people about art, which is movies, shows, games, books, and anime. Unfortunately, most people just say whether or not they liked something and that's about it. Instead, talk about exactly why you like or dislike something. Here's an example. For context, they're talking about the Mahabharata.
And there are stories within stories, and there are characters with many layers, and there's no perfect right or wrong. There's so much going on there, and every time you go back to and you reading a part of it or a story from it, you take out a little more from that story.
Being able to express well thought out opinions is incredibly charming. One mistake some people make when they're talking about personal interests or professional ambitions is sacrificing clarity in the interest of complexity. It's a huge failing of our education system that we mistake complexity for understanding. Watch these 2 definitions of what a machine is to see what I mean.
Sir, a machine is anything that reduces human effort, sir.
Sir, machines are any combination of bodies so connected that their relative motions are constrained, and by which means force and motion may be transmitted and modified as a screw in its nut, or a lever arranged to turn about a fulcrum, or a pulley about its pivot, etc.
Now, you can use interesting words to describe what you're talking about.
What Trump said, say, last week about trade with India and the tariffs, and then there was a statement that came that did not sound as acrimonious as his
Recently.
previous ones.
Yes.
No, this is later, but I had a woman stylist, so yeah, but she was very exacting.
But these descriptors are of no use if people have trouble understanding what you mean. So speak at the level that your listeners will understand. High-level communicators understand this.
Because I genuinely consider myself somebody who enjoys communicating, and you can't communicate if you're not understood.
The final habit in today's video is being captivating in groups. And the best way to be captivating in groups is inclusive eye contact. It can be tough to hold the attention of everyone in a group. One way you can do that is to look at everyone for a split second as you're talking. This way, everyone will feel included in conversation and you will be able to hold their attention without getting interrupted.
Every year, every month, when the business guys come and they say, I have never had a year when I've been told by the management that this has been a great year, let's give good hikes. Never.
So if you don't know exactly when to do this, look at someone when you're saying something that's relevant to them. In this clip, watch how Faye D'Souza nods in agreement when Palki addresses her.
But it felt like an adventure at that point. I think we were achingly young and clueless.
In a group, it can also be tough to figure out when you should speak. This can be especially challenging if you're a quiet person. The easiest way to do that is the yes and technique. Listen to what someone else is saying and then bring up what it makes you think of.
And now it's sitting in my inbox, and so I'm the bottleneck.
Right.
Because there's a bunch of things that I have to like
Have you
send
read
in.
that thing about the monkey?
Yeah, I'm the monkey, man.
Then, once you're speaking and someone else talks, take what they said and build on it. When you do this, people will feel heard and you will be able to talk. But only apply this when you have something important to say. In a group of friends, it's totally okay to let others speak over you when they have something important to say.
We had something called coup that failed
Exactly.
because it was not.
In fact, I think the real opportunity that lies before India, threat/opportunity, is AI.
But let's say you truly want to master your communication skills. In that case, you have to balance speaking well with active listening. And if you would like to master active listening, watch this video next.